Hey guys, so I want to share this really quick message. It's kind of in my spirit and my soul that I feel like it led to a lot of the reason why I struggled so hard to manifest and why I got so much anxiety, so much depression around manifesting and around listening to like other self-help gurus and other law of attraction people. And a lot of you guys have been finding me through my old videos that are now like 3 years old, from everything from reviewing the little red book that can make your dreams come true. A lot of the Abraham Hicks comments I'm seeing, people are like, hey, I'm noticing this is like 3 years old, or like, I'm just like, you got it wrong, this, that, the other. And I will say, like, my thoughts on manifesting and law of attraction have evolved a lot, but I still believe in the foundational techniques when it comes to manifesting. And that is really, it just comes down to and boils down to, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are being. And there's also like all these like new age manifesting stuff and all these like new manifesting techniques coming about. But I always like to say less is more, and just keep it simple and work on the foundation and then build from there. And along with, listen to yourself and listen to yourself in regards to what works best for you. And I'm reading a lot of comments and, just from like old videos that I made. And I'm like, at the end of the day, you only know what works for you. And I'll tell you guys, like, my biggest miracle story when it comes to manifesting is recovering from an eating disorder. For those of you guys who don't know, I had an eating disorder for like 7-8 years, and majority of that was spent recovering. And I would suppress negative thoughts because I felt bad for thinking negative thoughts during my recovery, and I thought there was something wrong with me. And I would go days, it's like I'm remembering vividly now. I would go days feeling positive thoughts, and then the negative thoughts came, and I'm like, oh, F it. It was like a diet. It was like, oh, I would be good for a few days, and then the negative thought or a trigger happened, and I would just start binge eating, and I would just spiral and beat myself up for it. I spent the majority of my time recovering and reading about other people's techniques and how they recover, and reading about other people. It got to a point where I was like, I'm spending more time recovering than I am actually living my life as if I didn't have an eating disorder, which is keeping me in the I can't recover mindset, right? And I remember there was a time where I went to my therapist, because I was working with a therapist when I was recovering. And I remember bringing in all these books about recovery and intuitive eating and just like all these workbooks I was doing. And then she's just looked at me, she's like, oh, wow. And she's like, you're reading a lot of books about recovery. And then she's like, but how are you feeling? Like, what do you think you need? And that really kind of struck with me. Like, it really struck a chord with me. And then that's kind of when I reevaluated the whole thing. And I'm like, you know what? Recovered ideal lady would not be reading books about intuitive eating. She would not be beating herself up over these negative thoughts. Like, what? I'm just supposed to get rid of the negative thoughts and like that. But I'm like, I'm not a robot. Like, nobody thinks 100% positively all the time. And if they do, you need to check in on them, because there's something going on. I'm going to leave you with this quote by my the best, I think personally, one of the best eating disorder recovery coaches I ever had, Nina Vasetic. Nina, if you're watching this, I love you. I'm going to email you soon. She lives in Australia, but we spend so much time focusing on what other people are doing and what other people's techniques and what other people are, like what works for other people. And if it works for them, that's probably because it's fact, it's like, this is what you need to do to recover. And you could see that with like manifesting and law of attraction. It's like, oh, that's how they do it and it works for them, so I have to do that. But really, guys, we're all unique and we're all wired differently and we're all human beings. And what works for one person may not work for another person. And that's okay. You have to find out what works best for you. What I say, like when it came to like, with the Abraham Hicks, a lot of people are saying, no, you got what she is doing is, you got it wrong. Like, this is like, if Abraham Hicks technique works for you, go for it. But you can also see the contrast of comments saying, yeah, I followed her for a while or followed them for a while and I wasn't feeling it. Other people are like, some of her stuff works, some of her stuff doesn't, or some of their stuff worked for me, some other stuff didn't. Others are like 100% I love Abraham Hicks. So, and that's fine. If that works for you, like, as long as it's working for you, that's amazing. So for all of you guys who are overwhelming yourself with analysis paralysis about what, Aaron Doughty's doing, what Leo Alexander's doing, Isabel Palacios, I love Isabel. I love all of them, really. Her big ones, Teal Swan, which I know she's controversial, Abraham Hicks. I don't know who else is pretty big when it comes to manifesting on this platform. I want you guys to remember you have all the answers, and that's what transformed my recovery. You have all the answers. These people can guide you ultimately, but in the end, you have the answers that you're looking for. I don't know if you want to call it a poem, but this book, Nina Vasetic wrote an eating disorder recovery book. And it's amazing. I don't know if it's still available for sale because her website is down, but if you're recovering from an eating disorder, like, reach out to me and I'll try to reach out to her to give you this book because it changed my life. It was like my Bible when it came to recovery. But she has the definition of guru on there because one message that she always reiterated on her channel was, you have the answers. I can guide you there, but at the end of the day, you have the answers. And the message says, I read somewhere about the definition of guru. And again, this is from her book, Recover from Eating Disorders. I read somewhere about the definition of guru. Gu means darkness. Ru means remover. The one who removes your ignorance. You are ignorant of your guru within. He or she just removes the ignorance so you can see your own guru within. The guru is simply one who reflects your original condition, your inner guru. The external guru's duty is to show you your own guru within, the way you won't need to depend on the external guru. The external guru is to point out the guru within you. It's almost like a mirror showing you your face. The mirror doesn't have a face of its own, it simply reflects your face. Isn't it true that no one has seen his or her own face? Have you ever seen your own face? Do you know for sure that you have a face, or how do you know? Have you seen it? Yes, in the mirror. But in the mirror, what you see isn't really your face. What you see in the mirror is the reflection. When you see someone beautiful in someone, when you see something beautiful in someone and when you want to learn from that person, then he or she becomes your teacher. A teacher, a guru, is there not to bind the disciple, but to free the disciple. But because the guru is within you and you've never seen it, you want to see it with a reflection. Is it there where the external guru or the teaching comes in? Actually, the guru is the teaching. The teacher may not always be present, but the teaching will always be there. The teaching is the guru. With the help of your teaching, you will realize your own guru within, and that guru constantly guides you in all of your efforts in life. So then she says, so the purpose of this book is for you to find your own guru within yourself, to reconnect with your own intuition, and to carve your own recovery path. So that's whether you're coming from an eating disorder, trying to attract your soulmate, love, finances, career, content creation, whatever. Yes, listen to people who are successful, who are on the other side of doing things of living the life that you want to live, or doing the things that you want to do, or attracted the person that they are with, or whatever. But at the end of the day, you have the answers and you are your own guru. Listen to your gut. If something I say doesn't resonate, if something I say is like, no, cool, go, dude. You are in control of your own destiny, of your own life. So in 2023, I'm gonna make videos about goal setting and what I'm doing for 2023, but because I went through a lot this year. Everybody does though, everybody's struggling, right? But I want you guys to really keep that in mind. Less is more, and you have the answers coming into 2023, okay? More videos to come soon, and this time I mean it. I always say that, but I really hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.